By 1991, the underground metal scene, particularly in Europe, was dominated by an overwhelming number of death metal bands. Many of these bands were either imitating the leaders or copying each other. And then, a unique album made its way into stores. Released by Peaceville Records, titled Gothic, it featured the now famous band Paradise Lost. This album sparked a worldwide fascination among fans and other bands. It was a pivotal moment. Gothic diverged from the norm in terms of tempo, atmosphere, and the overall sound. It was an experimental effort to blend Gothic rock elements with traditional death metal. Gregor McIntosh remembers that the producer of the album described it at hearing as, "You will never go anywhere with this one. It doesn't fit any category." Paradise Lost played a crucial role in developing the doom death metal style, and introduced the concept of Beauty and the Beast vocal style, which they first explored in Lost Paradise, 1990, with the song Breeding Fear. Before that, the concept of Gothic rock was inspired by the Damned's vocalist Dave Vanian, who dressed as Dracula during their live shows. Later, bands led by the music press and listeners began to be known as New Wave, Gothic rock, synth pop, or death rock. These bands, including Joy Division, Sue and the Banshees, Bauhaus, Killing Joke, The Cure, The Sisters of Mercy, Fields of the Nephilim, Christian Death, or the avant-gardistic Dead Can Dance, experimented with darker, more bleak sounds, setting the stage for the Gothic metal bands we love today. Many believe that the Gothic rock genre was truly born and clearly defined by Bauhaus, Bela Lugosi's Dead song, known for its unique song structure and dark, haunting vocals. Meanwhile, 1987's Into the Pandemonium by Celtic Frost also had a significant impact on the genre. This album was controversial for its departure from the band's traditional black, thrash, death metal roots towards a more experimental direction. The result was a mixed reaction from fans, but it was widely embraced by others. This album was a testament to the innovative and fresh ideas that combined industrial sounds with dark, melancholic moments, almost acting as a forerunner to the development of Gothic metal in the years to come. In reality, it's difficult to draw a clear boundary between death, doom metal and Gothic metal, as the two genres have always been closely related. This is also true for the lyrical themes, which often cover similar subjects such as philosophical or spiritual ideas, moody descriptions of nature, personal conflicts, religious issues, and sometimes, sentimental or psychological matters, and rarely social troubles, per se. Returning to the creators of this genre, the unforgettable, As I Die, the final track from the Shades of God album, immediately struck a chord with the extreme metal community, creating a significant impact and dividing opinions with its intense emotion, originality, and spontaneity. This song also served as a source of inspiration for them in their songwriting for their subsequent album, Icon, released in 1993. Their subsequent albums, including Shades of God, 1992, Icon, 1993, and the acclaimed Draconian Times, 1995, further developed their sound into a more Gothic heavy metal style, incorporating elements of melancholy, evolution, and maintaining their unique sound while reaching new heights of popularity among metal fans. For example, by the year of 1995 the band was called the European Metallica, as they dethroned them throughout the Scandinavian metal tops published at that time. Across the Sea, a significant trailblazing group from the early 90s consists of Type O Negative from New York.at. The heart of their music is a blend of Sabbath-like riffs and the dark vocals of the Sisters of Mercy, with occasional nods to hardcore punk and the songwriting styles of Peter Steele, RIP, of Agnostic Front or his time at CBGB's Club. Tragically, the only band from the US to be remembered is Bloody Kisses, 1993, which remains a classic and memorable album to explore. In Europe, the exploration of this concept was initially met with skepticism but quickly gained traction as the second wave of death metal in the mid-90s began to shift or decline. The Gathering stands out as a notable band, especially with their debut albums, which are highly recommended for their rich, romantic, and Gothic sound. Their later works began to incorporate more atmospheric elements, likely influenced by their admiration for Pink Floyd and a move away from their strictly goth musical identity. However, they are primarily categorized as doom death, early and atmospheric metal, with prog and alternative influences present in their later albums. Norway contributed to the genre with bands like Theatre of Tragedy, Tristania, and Mortal Love, whose complete discographies are highly recommended for those seeking the dramatic, dreamy, and melancholic experience that Northern Gothic metal has to offer. The Gothic metal scene was further enriched by Germany with bands like Crematory, a veteran group known for their melodic and romantic death metal, powerful and memorable keyboard lines. From Transmigration, 1993, to Just Dreaming, 1994, and the acclaimed Illusions, 1995, they established a distinctive and memorable style that has left a lasting impression on fans and the metal music landscape. Their subsequent releases continued to follow a similar musical path, occasionally incorporating industrial influences or varying levels of riff content intensity. Atrocity, a German band, began to incorporate elements of Gothic metal into their music, as they transitioned from death metal on their initial 2 albums. Their albums, such as Calling the Rain, 1995, featuring Yasmin Krull, sister of vocalist Alex Krull, Die Liebe, 1995, in collaboration with Das Ich, and Willenskraft, 1996, marked a shift in their sound, leaving their early fans puzzled. Ever Eve, another notable band, also made the move towards a heavier, more melodramatic sound with their albums like Seasons, 1997, Stormbirds, 1998, and Regret, 1999. Dark, a band known for its 3 highly regarded albums from 1994, also saw a change in direction towards alternative pop music, leaving their Gothic metal followers confused. Also, Pyogenesis, remembered for their 1992 EP, Ignis Creatio, 1992 EP, Underneath, 1994 EP, Waves of Eritasia, and 1994 LP, Sweet X-Rated Nothings, sadly moved away from their goth metal roots to explore alternative pop music. Secret Discovery, a band blending metal and rock with memorable Gothic tunes, also made their mark. Dark Seed, a prominent German act, started with death metal intensity, then transitioned to Gothic metal with their albums Midnight Solemnly Dance, 1996, Spellcraft, 1997. Romantic Tales, reissued 1998, and Give Me Light, 1999, incorporating metal with electronica and dark wave influences from German traditions. Visceral Evisceration from Austria made a significant impact with their incessant desire for palatable flesh in 1994, heavily influenced by the Gothic album, which was well received by the underground metal community. Their lyrical focus on dark humor, evident in their song titles, set them apart from contemporaries. Lacrimosa, a Swiss duo led by Thilo Wolff and Nurmi, mixed Gothic rock with heavy metal, classical instruments, and electronica. Their debut album, Wolf Heart, 1995, showcased a dark wave influence, but as their music evolved, they added more metal and classical elements, culminating in their 3rd album, Inferno, 1995, which gained international recognition despite being mostly in German. Their subsequent albums saw Lacrimosa incorporating more classical instruments, working with symphonies, ensembles, and opera, moving towards symphonic Gothic metal. In the mid-90s, Moonspell from Portugal emerged with their black metal-inspired debut album, Wolf Heart, 1995, featuring Gothic vibes and exceptional songwriting, which quickly became a success. Their 2nd album, Irreligious, 1996, solidified their position in the goth metal scene with a powerful, representative sound. Looking ahead, the metal community had some letdowns with their eagerness to try new things, but their final albums show that Moonspell remains a powerful entity, capable of reinventing themselves and emerging stronger, producing excellent music and retaining their following in the Gothic metal scene. Heavenwood, the 2nd Portuguese Gothic metal group in popularity, is expected to follow in their footsteps. Their recent music leans more towards a Cemetery, Lake of Tears style. A video overview. Paradise Lost, As I Die. Pity the Sadness. Ember's Fire. True Belief. The Last Time. Anathema, Sweet Tears. Mine is yours to drown in. The Silent Enigma. My Dying Bride, Symphonaire Infernus et Spera Imperium. The Thrash of the Knacked Limbs. The Songless Bird. The Cry of Mankind. Type O Negative, Christian Woman. Black Number 1. My Girlfriend's Girlfriend. Love You to Death. Crematory, Eyes of Suffering. Shadows of Mine. Tears of time. For love. Cradle of filth, from the cradle to enslave. Her ghost in the fog. Nymphetamine. Lacrimosa, copycat. Moonspell, opium. The Ion, the beauty in black. Tiamat, the sleeping beauty. Whatever that hurts. Gaia. Cemetery, sweet tragedy. Lake of Tears, Raven Land. Amorphis, black winter day. The Gathering, leaves. Sentenced, Nepenthe. Noose. No one there. Killing me, killing you. Karen, little angel. Beseech, in a lane.